Namaste. Mahavidvijayamahi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May Brahman protect us both, the teacher and the student equally. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, peace, peace. Wow. Come from Atlanta or where?
Yes, I
Oh
came
my.
from DC.
Oh, thank you.
Coast.
Okay, so we are in the Kathopanishad. Almost we are coming to close, but it will take few months. But the question was asked that what is that truth beyond life and death? Is there any such eternal principle or truth? That was the question of Nachiketa, and the teacher was Yama, the guru. He now started speaking in this chapter that it is that consciousness which remains pervaded everywhere, who remains awake when you are sleeping. When you are awake, he inspires you to do all types of activities. And that is the Brahman, that is the pure, that is the birthless, immortal reality. And the whole universe is established on that. And no one can transcend that reality. And given the example, like it is like a fire. As one fire entering into the earth with different elements, its color becomes different. Similarly, that according the same Satchidananda, the same reality, that same absolute truth who resides in the heart of every being, only it looks like different when it takes a different form. Truth being the same, it appears to be different, but it is ekas tatha sarvabhutantaratma. On page 148, we have read it. That is the eka, the only one, tatha, that sarvabhutantaratma, who is the indweller of all created beings, indweller. And rupam pratirupa bahuva. He becomes rupa in every rupa, every form. He looks like different, but it is the same consciousness. Like example, as Vayu the wind, Vayu Jataiko Bhuvanang Pravishto, Rupang Pratirupo Bahuvo. So the air entering into a different space, it takes a different form. The same air in this room takes the form. What is the air? Air takes the form of the whole room. A cup. In the cup, the air is holding the cup form. In the glass, it is holding the glass form. But air has no form. Similarly, that antaratma, ekaha, that is the one, being one, it appears as many and diverse. Where did he end? Which verse?
12, Maharaj. 12 or 30.
12. And then he is given the last example on 11th verse, that Shuryo yatha sarva lokasya chakshu nalipyate chakshushair vajyado swaihi ekastatha sarva bhutantaratma nalipyate loka dukkhena vayyaha. As the sun, Suryo, yatha sarva lokasya chakshu, according to the eyes, difficulties of the eyesight, it can appear different. But sun does not get polluted by that because of the pollution of the eyes of the people, of the object themselves. Similarly, the self, the Atman, Eka, that is only one. Therefore, that only that Atmanika Tatha Antaratman, Antaratma, who is the indweller, who dwells in the heart of Sarvabhuta, all created beings, not human, not men, not women, not only animals, not the animate, inanimate, animate, everywhere the same underlying principle is there and it is hidden. Nalipyate, but it does not get polluted by the pollution of the outside form or name. That's very true. Even we give the example that the air. We said we call air gets polluted. Air does not get polluted. Pollution comes to the air and pollution goes away from the air. Air remains air. It appears like that. Fog comes in the morning and fog goes away. Similarly, the space remains all the time same and space unchanged. But in the space, so many things may happen. So that is the inner space, in an infinite reality within. And that is untouched by anything. Is unblemished, absolutely pure. This moment, we are all pure, stainless, in that degree. But what a pitiable situation. We get identified with the external. I look like this, I identify, I am this. You are like that, you are separate, I am separate. And that separation comes in the outside name and form. And that name and form also in a subtle way works in the mental level, intellectual level, emotional level. That changes happen. But that does not pollute the Atman, the self. And it is not polluted by the suffering and pain and miseries of life. It is untouched there also. No lupati. So, ekastata sarvabhuta antaratma, that sarvabhuta antaratma, one being one, he is not polluted by the pollution. So, we have read that last time. There are mainly two schools of thought among Hindu philosophers. And one explains the relative status of the truth and the world. Some claim the supreme reality modified itself and became this world, as we discussed last time. It is called Vivartavada. Parinamavada, sorry, it is Parinamavada. The Brahman has become like this. It cannot go back. But there comes another philosophy which we have read, that is called the Vivartavada, which says that no, nothing has happened. Only your illusory perception. You are only looking wrongly. If you bring a wisdom, knowledge, flashlight of knowledge, then you will find that it is the same unchanging reality. There is nothing to fear about. Your snake fear came because of your misconception. Without changing the rope remaining the rope, at the same time you got affected by it because of your misconception. But mind it, nothing has happened in the rope. When you are seeing snake there and crying and weeping, it is the snake. It is no snake in your mind. That is called the vivarta. Without changing the original material, you can have a perception. And that perception feels real, and with that you can suffer, you can cry, you can weep. But nothing has happened. So this is the Atman. Atman is exactly like that. Now, let us read the 12th verse today on page what? 121. 51. Okay. Eko vasi sarvabhutantaratma Eko vasi sarvabhutantaratma ekam rupam bahudha yah karoti ekam rupam bahudha yah karoti tamatmastham ye anupashyanti dhiraha tamatmastham ye anupashyanti dhiraha tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. Eko. Again, the Upanishad is replete with the same hammering on the same point. It is eka, not many. You see many in your delusion, misinterpretation of your mind, misreading of your mind. There is not many. Eka, eka, eka. One, one, one. Tatha, eka bashi. And that one is the bashi. Bashi means control. That is the control point from which there is no control. Brahman there, how can it be their control? But to make us understand, who controls this universe? Who controls this manifestation? Where from it has come? Huh? So in the Brahma Sutra it is said that it has come from the same reality. The same appears as many. So the appearance is what? Appearance is nothing. Appearance is only appearance, but you are seeing the same truth, not recognizing that. You are seeing someone comes in a different costume and you don't recognize. Sometimes we do that with our friends. Oh, from a distance I could not recognize you at all. Well, why do you not? Because you are dressed differently. That we do with different dress. Santa Claus dress, if someone comes, naturally we will not understand the man, but I think he is Santa Claus, that's all. But he may be my friend, but I could not recognize because of the dress. So that is the bossy. That is the same way he is the controller. He controls. Boss. Boss means not our office boss, but it is boshi, Sanskrit. Boss means control, as the master. And he is the bossy of what? Sarvabhutantaratma. Sarvabhuta, every created being, being the indweller, he controls everything. Is it not? Suppose there is the connection of electricity and you get a heater. Ultimately you can say, oh, it is the heat engine, or it is a cooler, it is a cooling engine. You may say, if we give that thanks, but we say, because of the electricity, it is cool. Because of the electricity, it is heat. Only the engine is making this appearing different, but the energy point is the same, one electricity. No? You get everything through Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is helping you. From science to art to literature to music to what you call talks, lectures, good, bad, everything is coming through it. No? So everything, who is the originator of it? Who controls everything? You say Wi-Fi controls everything. And sometimes say, oh, you can have Wi-Fi, no connection. No. You don't get anything there. So similarly, it is, though the Atman, you cannot say that it is controlling anything, but in this sense it is controlling. Because of it only, that reality only, appearance is possible. If that is not there, appearance in diverse way is not there. Ekang rupang bahudha yah karoti. Yah means that person, as like a man. Just personalize first to understand the material. But God is not like a man. Saguna Brahma is not like a man sitting somewhere like us. As a dualistic world thing, God is sitting somewhere in the heaven and watching everything with a rod in hand. If we do something, boom. But no, it is not like that, not that way. But controlling means without his support nothing can happen. He can withdraw any time and you become dead. His power is controlled to such point that he just withdraws energy from it or disconnects it. Boom. Disconnect and connect is also to be understood, because this language is this. Then there are two. Then you can connect and disconnect. No? Then in language you say it is very confusing. You come like the electric line. Disconnect and connect means there becomes a little gap. Of course, gap is possible in duality. Absolute one, why? How can it gap? But we are talking in duality. That's why we are taking the example of the switch. Switch clicks, connect. Switch up, there is a gap. Electricity is here, electricity is there, negative, positive. Only a gap has come. So this gap is ignorance. Because of that, we see the diversity. And we call dead or life, all this language comes because of the gap. And that gap is in the mind. Anyhow, so ekam rupam, that one form, it is the unique trick of Mahamaya or Maya, that ekam rupam ya bahudha karoti. He makes it many, like a magician, creating one by trickery of the hand, so many things is creating. So is the great magician that on Sarvabhutantaratma, that reality is Eka, one, is being Basi, the ruler, controller, Sarvabhutantaratma, the soul of all beings, and Ekam, Rupam, in one form, Bahuda, it makes it manifold, Yah Karoti, and no, Tam Atmastam Yevanupashyanti Dhira. Now, know this intellectually. And knowing is not Vedanta. Knowing means intellectual knowledge is not Vedanta. Here comes the sadhan, spiritual aspirants' importance to do something. We are talkers. Vedanta, sometimes we take it, only talk. And I know so much. I can talk, I can analyze. That may help you. But next point, see the Upanishad. That's why the greatness of the Upanishad. It's a practical book for spirituality, not only theoretical. It says, Tam Atmastamya Anupashyanti Dhira. Tam means that one, that absolute, which is everywhere, who is an indweller in every heart. All this quality has been said. Tam Atmastam. Atmastam means, Stha means stay. He stays in the Atma. Who stays in your Atma. Atmastam. Ye, that person, Anupashyanti. Pashyanti means seeing. Anupashyanti means feeling inward. Feeling in yourself. That is the man of intelligence or women of intelligence called Dhiraha. Dhir Vyakti. Dhir means not that lazy guy who walks slowly, he's called Dhir. He's walking slowly. He's a Dhir means quiet type of person. Not that quiet type of person. Dhira is the person of wisdom. Who is called intelligent person? That person is the intelligent person who Anupashyanti, he tries to see it. Atmastam, thinking in me is that reality. Objectively will come later. Bring it subjectively. Spirituality is subjective. You realize God. The world will remain the same. Christ came, Christ realized, I understand. All the saints have realized God. Ramakrishna came, Buddha came, they realized, but the world remains the world, is it not? The sun is the same sun rising and the scorching, the storm coming, the rain coming, the fire hazard happening. It is continuously. World is not changing. Outside, in duality. What will change? Change your inner perception, inner way of looking at the truth. So, and now that is the point. How to transform that? Try to focus Atmastam in your own Atman. Stha means it is staying there in your own Atman. And this Atman is the same as that Atman, but come, wait for a minute. First see it here. What you see here, then you can see there. A thief sees thief outside. A holy man sees holiness everywhere. A ugly man looks ugly everywhere. Because the eyeglass is colored like that. Mental eyeglass is colored like that. So, spirituality is to see the Atman here. And then as much Atman is being unupashyanti, by inner meditation you observe and see and feel and experience. Feel the connection there. Tesham shukam sashati shasatam netaresham. You want shashata? Shashata means eternal. Shukham means happiness. You want absolute happiness, eternal happiness. Shashvatam Sukham. It belongs only to them who learns how to turn this way and then feel that it's here, me. That's our regular spiritual practice also we do. Our gurus teach us. Not Brahman, they don't say Brahman. There's Brahman, personified Brahman. Your Rama, Krishna, Buddha, Rama, Krishna, like that, mother. Huh? It's personalized. But that is the Atman. That's why when we meditate, we must have to think that your Ishta or your God whom you meditate upon is that absolute Satchidananda. That thought should be embedded into it, and then quick progress will come. Those who don't, that's why it's called, when you do meditate, you tadartha bhavanam. Japa, you do the name, repetition. But at the same time, repetition is not enough. You have to understand what you are repeating again, what it symbolizes, what it means. It's Satchidananda Brahman. But you cannot think of that. That's why a personalized form is given. But if you meditate on that with that perspective, then it will burst into that infinite light and consciousness. What will happen? Then you will lose, and that your Ishto will also get mixed into the infinite consciousness. That's Ramakrishna's example. Look at that. Ramakrishna observing that and saw the mother, and the mother full of light and effulgence, and then all pervading ocean of light, and he also drowned into that. How it came? By constant prayer. The whole world dropped from his mind. Ma, ma, ma. It's here, it is there, everywhere. And everywhere he was not yet experiencing it. It's going so close, but that's why his cry became unsatiated cry. And then it became all sukham. Then comes sukham, happiness. Tesham sukham. These people are only the happy people. Because they get shashvatam, eternal happiness. There is no such thing in the relative world, any eternal happiness. There cannot be anything eternal. Everything is momentary in life, no? Good ice cream is for a few seconds. Good food is for tongue to hear, finish. For that you get your cholesterol and everything. But that is momentary. But at least it could have given us perpetual happiness, then we could have taken, even let it be cholesterol. We can continue that. But it neither gives that side, neither stops my cholesterol. So
I eat ice cream thinking that cholesterol is also impermanent.
yeah, that's true. So Tesham Shukam, no iteration. It's just, see, this is the greatness of the Upanishad. It says it is the permanent happiness is for this class of people, not for others. Not who don't think this way. They cannot expect permanent happiness at all. May go to temple, may bow down 20 times, may take a dip in the holy Jordan River or in Ganga or in Mississippi. That will not clear up unless this mind becomes totally absorbed in that self-consciousness and thinking that that is the only one reality. So this verse is a very good verse for meditation. These few verses, I will suggest that you can make your time to take these verses and meditate on this. So what it translation says here, the cosmic self is one, yet it controls all. It is the inmost self capital of all beings, and it manifests itself as many. Those wise people who see that self within themselves, that capital self. Small self we always see. I am poor, I cannot grab it, I am great, who am I? Do you know? I'm such a great guy, or I'm nothing. These are all description of your lower self. But that big self is always Satchidananda self. So he says, those wise people who see that self, the capital self, within themselves, they are eternally happy and not others. Simple. No. This verse states the relationship between Brahman and the world. It is Brahman that manifests itself as the world, and therefore Brahman is the essence of everything that exists. This manifestation is like a wave in the ocean. The wave rises from the ocean, rests on it, and finally dissolves into it. Without the ocean, there will be no waves, and similarly, without Brahman, there will be no world at all. Brahman can remain without world, but world cannot remain without Brahman. Huh? Does it make sense? The ocean can remain without waves, but waves can never remain without the substratum of the ocean. Is it not? So, this way, Brahman is the substratum. The world remains, it is a name and form. Tajjalan iti. In very simple Sanskrit, so profound, you can meditate whole life on this one word. Tajjalan iti shanta upashita. The whole teaching of the Upanishad can be concised into this word. Tat ja. Tat means from that. Ja means jata, born. The whole universe. All the stars and galaxies, whatever in the physical universe. You see, tat ja. It has been born out of that. Tad alan. Alan means it stands, it dances, it plays on that ground of Brahman. Tat alan. And after play, how long it will play? It collapses into it. Iti, it ends there. Knowing this, shanta, you become quiet, become peaceful. And upashita, do. Upasana means identifying with that reality, get absorbed into it. But what else you want to know? The whole world and its dancing and its shattering, its love, its hatred, everything is happening because of the substratum of the ocean. The waves, ripples, fighting, this, that it has come, the whole universe has come like that. But it is only the same ocean. So whether it is good or bad, but it is only you are defining in the relative plane, but it is ocean water, nothing else. And therefore you come down, cool down, and dive deep into, that's why the song comes, dive deep. Dive deep and see the ocean. You are only looking on the one wave, looking at the other wave. There come jealousy, there come hatred, there come fight, there come animosity, or love, or affection, whatever. All this play is going on. One wave looking at the other wave. And now, wave does not look this way. Wave looks, tam atmastam, just now we read. Tam atmastam anupashyanti. I am the wave. But what is my real self? Dive deep. Don't look outside. Turn your eyes here and dive deep into the wave. Suppose wave like we are one wave. Just think about that. Standing on the platform of that infinite ocean of consciousness. And if we can really dive deep into the heart, we call heart. Ramakrishna said, Dubu 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 rup sagare, e amar mon. Oh my mind, dive deep, dive deep, dive deep into the ocean of Godhead consciousness. Dubu 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 lepavi, hridoy majhi Vrindavan. You will get the holy Vrindavan, holy Jerusalem, if you can dive deep into your heart. No? Khuj, search, and you will find it there. So what will you find? You have to go at the bottom, and you go. It is ocean. You got it. We don't get because we are in this side. Intellectually talking also this side, can buddhi. Buddhi is an external thing. Atman is the basis. Upon which the ego, body, intellect, body, 5 kosas, 5 circles. Remember the 5 circles? Huh? So the core is the same. Core is the Atman. The circles, when they come and we look through the circles, then is all diversity. But don't go to that circle. Go to back to your own source and dive deep there. Tam atmastam anupashyanti, you can say, and then another place is shanto upasita. Be calm and then start searching for the truth. Upasita means just you adore that which is within. The aim of life is to know that the world is not the reality. The reality is Brahman, and that Brahman is one's own self. Once you know this, you are happy forever. Your self, small, is the self of everyone. This self, what is here? That is the self of all. Your self is the cosmic self, and this cosmic self or Brahman controls everything. It is one and it is pure consciousness. It is like a space. But its own power, it assumes diverse names and forms and then appears to be many. It is like a person surrounded by many mirrors. The person is only one, yet the reflections are many. To see the one capital self is knowledge. To see many is an error. Huh? That's okay?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay, next verse then. Next is 13. This is one of the most well quoted verse in amongst the scholars and amongst the sadhus. They quote this very much. Nityo anityanam, nityo anityanam, chetanas chetananam, chetanas chetananam, ego bahunangyo, ego bahunangyo, vidadhati kaman, vidadhati kaman, tamatmastham yorupashyan, tamatmastham ye anupashyanti dhiraha, teshang shanti shashvati itaresham, teshang shanti shashvati netaresham, nityo anityanam. Beautiful. Nitya means which is all the time there. Nitya. Amongst anityanam. Anitya is many. Anitya means that which is not permanent. Nitya is permanent. Nitya is singular. Nitya, only one. That's why it is singular. Nityaha. Anityanam bahuvachan. It's multiple. Anitya, impermanent, is infinite number of impermanent objects. Nitya, but that is the eternal among the many non-eternal objects. Everything we see is non-eternal. It is not absolute, only one absolute. But everything is only Many, wherever many, that is ignorance. So this is a very important point. Whenever there is many, you know that is ignorance. Huh? Whenever there is only one, that is called knowledge. Agyan, Ramakrishna said, Agyan, Gyan. That is called the knowledge. When there is only one. Bahu Gyan, the knowledge of many, is Agyan, is ignorance. When you are learning many, then you are becoming ignorant. Just opposite. In the worldly sense, we say, oh, he's a very learned man. He has 5 PhDs. Okay? If you think how much he has read, really, that should be adored. Yeah, he's master in this, master in music, master in... Many people are very talented in different ways. But in Vedanta, it's like, hey, you don't know anything. Do you know that one? Then you know. If you don't know, you know many things, you are ignorant. The language is too different.
That what he meant, or did he mean that if you see oneness in everything, then you know? If you see diversity, then you don't know? Or did he mean that you know many things, that means you're ignorant?
Yeah, both ways. Where is your mood to know many things when you know that absolute one is there? And
see all the knowledge you are practicing is Mother Saraswati, may it be music, may it be literature. So you are seeing only one Mother Saraswati. So then
see, if you see only one, there is no question. They are saying you see one, then it's finished. If you don't see, then is the question. Ya itara itarang pashyati, itara itarang sinoti, tad alpam, tad dvaitam, tad martam. Jatra itara itarang pashyati. Whenever you see one single little difference from one to the other, itara itarang pashyati, you see, itara itarang sinoti, you hear another speaking. Itara-itarang jigrati, itara-itarang sparsh. So all the sense organs, whenever you are saying I and something, you are ignorant. Only knowledge is that when there is no two, only, absolute. And Mother Saraswati is also a dualistic concept. Knowledge is here, we are talking about knowledge. So knowledge, if you say knowledge, define knowledge. What do you mean? Knowing many is called materialistic knowledge. Because matter is many. Creation is many. And it's really, there are so many subjects. You cannot learn all the subjects in one life. That's why when Narada went to his guru, and he asked, Sir, please teach me the Brahma Jnana. Then he said, oh, I shall do that, but tell me, what did you know? What is your knowledge? Tell me. Then he started giving a big list. I know astronomy. I know material science. I know, what do you call? Grammar, science, all the 6 systems of philosophy, Vedas, Vedangas, those are there. And also I know so many material science. Sarpa Vidya, Gandharva Vidya, Bhuta Vidya. I know so many, he named, and hearing that, his guru said, I don't know anything. You know nothing. And that's why he said, yes sir, I do not know, so teach me. Then he comes the point, Sarvagyan, Ekagyan, Sarvagyan. Ekagyane Sarvagyano. That means if you know that one, then you know everything. Ramakrishna gave the example. How I know one thing, then you know God. Those Brahmagyanis, Ramana Maharshi, or say Christ and Buddhas, they know all physics, chemistry, meteorology, everything they know. No. Ramakrishna knew everything. Materialism, yes, they could know, but they don't pay attention that side. Because What? They know the constituent element, the ground on which the whole manifestation has come. So if you know gold, you need not have to know every ornament. If you know animal cookies is made of the same dough, so you need not have to, hey, this elephant is something, where did it come from? It's the same as the what is called the goat. But it is different forms of animal forms, but the item is the same. So that way, knowing one, you know everything. Not that in that day their mind does not go to these gross little things. When you reach Brahman, the absolute, it is so vast, so big. You don't feel any inclination. You become billionaire. You don't think someone gives you $10. Do you ever look? A billionaire will look at a $10? No. But for me it is valuable. A pauper can make value. So those who live in duality and in ignorance, for them this is very important. But those who are rich in their spirituality, they don't care for all these things. No. When Mathur Babu complained because there was some theft in the temple of Kali Mandir during Ramakrishna's time. And the gold and jewelry, what is for the deed, somebody stole. And then Mathur Babu came and told the mother, Mother, what type of mother are you? You are the mother of the universe, you cannot take care of your own gold. That's true, we can say like that. No. But Ramakrishna said, what foolish idea you are carrying? What? For you it is gold. Who have created the entire universe? What is gold for him? All the gold who has created? For you it is valuable. My gold, maybe I have so much, maybe 1 pound of gold was here. But for 1 pound gold or 1 ton gold, what it makes difference to the Lord who has created this universe? So this is called the knowing one, you know everything.
Swami, my eyes deceive me. I think I come across this teaching, I'm hearing it now, and I don't know quite how to deal with it because I see a wall behind you. And I know my eyes are deceiving me. There is no wall there is Brahman there, there's reality. I keep seeing.
Seeing cannot be changed. It is a sensitive universe.
It's an intuition I'm supposed to
No,
be
that's the
looking
point. It's inner eye will open up.
But I can't help but seeing the outer one.
You will see, but then you will see it as Brahman. This as Brahman, this as Brahman, this as Brahman. You will see the H2O everywhere, in every wave, ripple, bubble, and the ocean.
I understand that.
So
I'm so conditioned.
Now that's why that's why the second part is important. We'll have to sit and try to dive deep. Tam atmastam ye unupashyanti dhira. We should be wise people. With eyes open, we can think. But to feel it intensely, we should have to shut the eyes and to feel it here. And as much feeling will come, then I open the eyes, the experience will come out there.
I can do it in the meditation.
Yeah. That is to be carried on. As soon as we came out of meditation, with that thought, intense thought, we'll have to keep our mind for some time and open and try to feel that. And again go back, again see. Ramakrishna.
By a car crossing the street.
No, don't do that. That time don't do. No, but accident is also that too.
Yeah.
And death is also that too.
Right.
And pain is also that too. We cannot go that far. So till we don't get there, we should have to be careful. While driving, don't do that. While walking, don't do that. But biking, don't do that.
Vedanta and the elephant.
Ramakrishna's example, that God is in everywhere. God is in the elephant, the mad elephant, and God is also in the driver mouth. And mouth is saying, hey, get away, get away. It is a mad elephant going. And he thought that why shall I go away? Because it is God. Then the Guru said, Baba, that is true. The God is in the elephant, but God is also in the driver, mouth. He is telling you, why don't you listen to him also? That's why we need guidance. In spiritual life, no. Sometimes we do mistake, and uh, with our intellect, we understand one way. That's why without sadhana, without spiritual practice, these are all words. It looks nice, it appears very sweet, sweet to talk about, but without spiritual practice, nothing happening. Spiritual practice means meditation. I am talking in the language of Yogi's idea, but Vedantic idea also, that is there also meditation, they call it nididhyasana. Vedanta has three terms, no? Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Sravana, what we are doing now. If we can intensify the Sravana, you see, you forget the world. When we are discussing this for this length of time, we forget our own duties, responsibilities, what is most important and what I am missing, it is gone. Now this is Sravana stage. Intensify Sravana. Then it will be reflection. And then reflect on that internally, try to push the outside, inside, in both ways, try to see, experience, analyze. Am I seeing this? Is it true? Or it is actually made of the same gold? This ornament, that ornament, this design, these are design. Made of what? The same gold element. Is it so? How that? Why that? Why not that? One should be mad for that. We should have to pay the price of the thing what we want, no? Always. I told you one time that there was a Swami who was in Himalayas, and he is a Vedanta, very strong Vedanta student. And he was there and he was practicing spiritual discipline intensely. And this thought came to his mind that everything is Brahman. Is it really? It is some intellectual, what you call joy is there when you talk about that. But is it really so? And he became really so serious that he forgot everything. He intensely is looking out. Is this rock or it is Brahman? Is this, who am I? Is this appearance real or something else? And really he became so reflective, not listening only, sravana, manana, reflection. And reflection took to such in-depth inquiry that he could not sleep whole day, whole night, forgot his food, forgot his sleep, day and night like a mad person is possessed by a ghost of this type of thinking. That is it true? Is it true? Is it true? And after the third day, he thought that I shall run really mad. But I have not slept for 3 days. I have not eaten anything, and I am not finding the truth yet. So I shall be mad. And of course, he was coming back towards his kutia, cottage. And suddenly, the truth revealed, overwhelming presence everywhere. And then he became a shanti. Exactly, he said. Then onwards, my stay in that Rishikesh was perfectly peaceful. Perfect. Desham shanti. See, Upanishad says, we read today. That person's shanti is peace, is shashvata, is eternal. That does not go away anymore. That's it. The rest of my stay over there was a memorable experience, memorable, joyful, peaceful thing. Never any unrest in the mind. So when you achieve that, this book supports that it will only come Sravana, Manana, Nididhasana in the language of Vedanta. And if you use the yogic term with it, you say meditation, do meditate on the truth, think of the Atman like this, feel that consciousness, how you can analyze, no, I am not the body, not the mind, analyze how I am the witness, consciousness of the waking state, dream state, sleep state. Am I really? Then what is happening? Is it true? Is it not? Is it this inside? So go on. Where is time for you to think of anything else? But we want to get to reach this Santi by only talking and criticizing. Or because we have to criticize. Vedanta what teaches? Everything is mitta. So we criticize. So go on criticizing the whole world day and night and become a bundle of criticism. And where is the peace? No peace will come. It is a question of practice, deep and profound practice. That's why they will reach the Shanti. This book also gives a few minutes are there. If you have any question, then we can talk. Or I can then read this other book, the explanation of the same verse. What shall I do? Read, okay? The method of assertion and denial adopted by the Upanishad in the previous mantra is again repeated here. What is to be realized in us is as the self, capital, is discussed here. And in the discussion, we are provided with enough material to understand intuitively. Now we cannot do, but intuitively we can understand that the very nature of the soul, capital, which you will remember was the pointed query of the student Nachiketa, Lord of Death to Lord of Death. We may say that in no mantra in the entire scriptural literature of the Hindus is there a passage equal to the mantra under discussion. That's why you see this mantra is very, very liked by the saints and sages for meditation. Nityo Nityanam. Just sit for meditation and think. That is the eternal amongst all these non-eternal objects. Think of your body, think of your home, think of your car, think of your friend, anything you find, how impermanent is this. But in this impermanent, there is that eternal consciousness. Step into that type of meditation. It is called Sabda Anuvidya Dhyana. This meditation is called Dhyanam or meditation, focusing on Sabda. Sabda is the sound. This sound is a Nitya is a sound. Anitya is a Sabda, sound. And focusing on that, penetrate your mind into that. Sabda, that type of meditation. The world is a flux, constant change of appearances, a transient play of name and form. Even our very physical form is constantly changing, hour by hour, to all the years of existence. The medical science of the modern world declares that the constitution of every human body changes completely, as it were, once in every 7 years, no?
Yes.
It's called 7 years or not change it?
Most of the cells,
Ah.
but there are some which are lasting for lifetime.
Yeah. But anyhow, after 7 years, you are a new person. You cannot say you are the same person. All the cells are gone.
No,
Most of them gone. Anyhow, so at every moment of old cells are dying away and are being replaced by new ones. We come in contact with men and circumstances, and moment to moment we are ever changing in our physical habits, mental makeups, intellectual ideas, and spiritual values. Nobody can stop the process of growth. If this constant change were to give up the idea of a continuity, there must be some constant denominator that is ever constant. In the picture house, the ever-changing play of the light and shade throws out from the film gives the audience a sense of continuity because of the constant factor, the screen behind it. No? If there is no screen, all this projection, what is going on, if there is no ground on which it will hold, then we will have no perception. So it is saying this change, but that change there should be some unchanging. This is also true. You are driving a car. You say the car is driving 60 miles. No? 60 miles car driving means what? There is a static ground which does not move. With reference to that, you are calling your car is 60 miles, is it not? If there is no fixed point, static point, with reference to what you will say your car is 60 miles, 50 miles, 70 miles, 80 miles. So to have the change, you must have the reference point which is unchanging. So he is giving the idea in the film projection. The film is rolling and different views are coming one after another. But they seem to be harmonious and holding together because of the white screen on which the projection is done. Waves, ripples, bubbles, froth, foam can all have their eternal dance to give us the idea of a continuous search only when there is the constant, unchanging, passive depth of ocean beneath them. The delusory idea of snake, a rod, a crack in the earth are all possible only when there is the unchanging truth behind all one rope. Similarly, no world of flux could be possible without the base of an unchanging and unchangeable reality. No river can flow. No river can flow without a bed. That's a good idea. Again, if a piece of iron burns your finger, you know that the iron has no heat of its own, and so must have borrowed it from fire. Similarly, if the body, mind, intellect, equipment, which is itself nothing but a matter, shows at moment as intelligence almost a divine, we can easily presume that it has earned its intelligence from the self. That is very true, no? When you put your finger on the red hot iron, your finger burns. You say, oh, the iron, the piece of red hot iron has burned my finger. But iron has no intrinsic power of heat your burning. Heat came, it is the heat element, that is the consciousness element. Really look at that. This body, if I die now, what will happen? People immediately after a few minutes they want to put it in mortuary. Why? Keep it. It will go stale. It will smell bad. What is that? Now it is not smelling bad. What is that element now? It is the conscious element which is making it alive, no? And when that is disconnected, you see, it is a matter. It has no heat of its own. It has no intelligence of its own. It has no power to see things, hear things, unless that connection, that unchanging background is there. What a beautiful. These are all for this is a book of analysis. So you can analytically you can think how without that consciousness our functionality is impossible. You cannot speak, you cannot talk, you cannot breathe, you cannot feel angry, you cannot feel joy, you cannot feel peace, unhappiness, happiness. Nothing is possible. So, here again, the law, Vidodhati Kaman means this intelligent self fulfills the desire of man. Here again, the law of karma is obviously hinted in the broad statement that the self or the supreme consciousness is powered behind the law of karma. Even the law of karma we talk, we call Vidhata. Vidhata, who is Vidhata? The Lord himself. Who is the Lord? It is the Brahman. All the karma, the sun rises, moves in its direction. People are doing karma, getting their result. Who has designed this? And that's called God. So behind this law of karma is also stands that conscious entity. The one who is thus eternal and of the nature of pure intelligence, and which force behind the immutable law of karma is not a mere transcendental vitality divine who reigns somewhere in heaven like the immortal king or a president of a country. Vedanta is the highest achievement of man's wisdom. The truth of declaration of the rishis represent in themselves the superhuman daring with which they must have plunged into the very womb of life to scoop it and discover for themselves the palpitating soul of one's own life, the true seat of our activities, the permanent and eternal factor behind every changing madness, which in its continuity gives a solid delusion called this Jagat. Naturally, there have never been and there shall never be a text more sacred and noble as the Bible of the Hindus, the Upanishads. If some undeveloped and unintelligent person have raised this cry of calumny against the mantras and etc., we, in our great understanding, can only repeat the Christ said that he was condemned by a foolish generation. Lord, forgive them, they know not what they do. It's little tangential. But anyhow, the point is that we will have to hold on to this analysis, and that is the greatest gift to the humankind. The Upanishads gave this greatest gift. Okay? So it is a task then. It is a task for us. One month. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yovidadhati kaman tamatmastang pashyanti yenu pashyanti dhira teshang shanti shashati netaresham. So no one can get peace unless one knows this reality. Okay? Time is up. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Panam Astu